Hello, Scorpio. My name is Amelia. Here's your reading. I was starting to read Astrology for Dummies by Ray Orion and just getting a little bit tidbits on the Scorpio personality. Intensity is the ski. Wait. Intensity is the key to Scorpio. A compelling personality, a creature of extremes, emotionally or otherwise, in fact or in fantasy. You live on the edge. Casual license don't satisfy you. Even your friendships are serious. And I am a Scorpio Venus, so of course I look there. Aroused by the presence of mystery, prone to deep longing, both sexual and emotional, your love life tends to be stormy, and at best, you're devoted and passionate. But when feeling unappreciated, you're capable of pulling back and isolating yourself behind an invisible shield. At your worst, you can be jealous and vengeful. All right. So, the reason I'm saying that is because I'm part of the collective and I'm reading for all of us. So, that's where I'm going to be aligned to as a Scorpio Venus. Let's pray for a nice, decent reading, for a happy reading, for a reading that will get us to a nice, better spot. Why 5 of Cups at the start? That's heartbreak. These are the decks we're using, by the way. That's heartbreak. Grief, pain, crying over spilt milk. Oh no. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Ay, 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 ay. Slow moving energy, but it's in reverse. Is someone not having faith in what they're creating? Hanged Man in reverse. That's a new perspective. Okay, so we're getting out of the energy, hopefully. Out of the energy. King of Swords in reverse. Out of the energy, away from those. Away from the personality type of being overly rational. Knight of Swords in the upright. This is why I didn't want to be here. Why? Just why? Just all these cards. The Hangman in the reverse is actually not too bad. Seeing things from a new perspective. Unless it's super, super bad. 2 cards want to come out. Queen of Pentacles in the upright. The Magician in the upright. Okay. This is another parallel path shit. Alright, so you're manifesting a new future as a Queen of Pentacles in the upright. Very, very feminine. Another 2 cards. 2 of Cups again. That came out in the last reading, I think. There's love. Knight of Pentacles in the upright is very close to that Queen of Pentacles in the upright. That top row versus this bottom row is crazy. The difference. All right, so you're getting out of a bad energy. That 5 of Cups and Knight of Pentacles in reverse is crazy. All right, before we pull the last card of this particular setting, let me read on some cards. Knight of Pentacles in reverse is focusing solely on wealth, workaholic tendencies, being selfish or cold, laziness, taking harmful shortcuts, stagnation or feeling stuck, being overly conventional. This is a person, man. All right. Okay, so in this particular deck, the Hangman in reverse is not good, and maybe it's not good in other decks. In reverse, it's stagnation, self-sabotage, holding on to something that isn't meant for you, stubbornness, a tendency to be a martyr. This is definitely a King of Swords in reverse that I am thinking of particularly. All right, let's read about him. King of Swords in reverse is manipulation and conceit. Showing off your intelligence can indicate a rigidness in thinking, tendencies to overcontrol, irrationality, being cold and calculating. Alright, so this bitch... this is one person. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse and the King of Swords in reverse. He keeps coming out. He's going through a hard time. This is another parallel paths reading. This bottom one's you. You're just fucking in your shit. Full of love, full of nice feminine energy. With the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. That's crazy good. You're creating a future. He's fucking off. This is bound to be a loving reading. This is bound to be a love reading. As a Venus, Scorpio, this is bound to be a love reading. Of course, of course, of course. All right. What's the last card? Why am I thinking about this fucking guy? Maybe it's because they contact you. Two of Pentacles in reverse, imbalance. Oh, push and pull, push and pull. Right next to the Two of Cups. What the fuck am I in balance with? And if it seems I'm selfish with the readings, it's because I'm part of the collective, dude. So me serving myself is serving you. If you don't like the lessons I'm trying to give myself, why are you here? Just why are you here? Sorry. Too aggressive, I know. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Being out of balance, disharmony, committing to too many things. I need to prioritize a time to slow down. That Two of Pentacles in reverse came out in a very short distance previous reading. That was a weird way to say that. Five of Cups and the Knight of Swords. Just anxiety and grief. All right. Let's get more on the table. Are we just bridging the gap? Are we seeing this as two parallel paths, or what do we want to do here? Yeah, let's just bridge the gap. Fuck it. Boundaries. Nine of Swords again. Queen of Swords. Discerning. Queen of Swords is in the upright, though. All these cards are coming out on the upright. Except for this one, the Emperor in reverse. This dude, this King of Swords, man. This King of Swords in reverse is also the Emperor in reverse. Domineering, controlling, lack of discipline, rigid, stubborn, tyrant, reckless. You put up your sword to him. The Queen of Swords is unbiased judgment, independent, clear boundaries, direct communication, clear-minded, perceptive. And then the Nine of Swords is anxiety, worry, fear, depression, nightmares, insomnia, hopelessness, trauma, despair. And the Seven of Wands in the upright is challenge, competition, protection, perseverance, defense, maintaining control. I don't know why I was shuffling. I don't know where else I'm going to put these cards, but I guess I'll put them on the side because a card came out, so I have to respect what I'm doing. In the side or in the center? Maybe the center. So the card that fell on the floor was Eight of Swords in reverse, self-limiting beliefs, inner critic, releasing negative thoughts, opening to new perspectives, self-acceptance, freedom. That's that Hangman in reverse. Here, let me read more on the Hangman in reverse in a different deck and see if it comes up with what I thought Hangman in reverse meant. I guess scratch that. Oh my god. When ill-dignified, the Hangman can represent foolish ideas and sacrifices as something unrealistic and unattainable. You may be forcing an issue too much and pushing against the natural flow and progress. Your own will is coming into confliction with the will of nature. You may be unable to release control and are untrusting of help. You may also have given up your pursuits. An ill-dignified hangman can hide ulterior motives. Plotting something well, to the public, it appears to be innocent. Is this fucking... Oh my god, I hate being in the paranoia realm. But is this King of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and the Emperor in reverse? What the fuck are you doing? It said the King of Swords in reverse is manipulative. What the fuck are you doing? You have your guard up. You have your fucking guard up with the Seven of Wands in the upright. Oh no. Eight of Swords in reverse. Self-limiting beliefs, inner critic, releasing negative thoughts, opening to new perspectives, self-acceptance and freedom. So you're cutting off the lies with this Queen of Swords and this Nine of Swords under the Eight of Swords in reverse. That's a lot of swords, man. You've been doing a lot of thinking. And the verdict is, this bitch is a liar? This guy is an emperor in reverse? Is that your verdict? Domineering, controlling, lack of discipline, rigid, stubborn, tyrant, reckless. Let me get your advice cards. This is not good news. Oh no, this is not good news. Okay. Well, they had to give it to you. They had to set it straight. Why am I in balance? Because I'm seeing this as top row, someone else, bottom row, me. Because, you know, what we do here, what we do here in this lifetime is to put all of the negativity, all of the bad traits, everything you don't respect, put that on someone else. Just make that someone else's business, never yours. Never yours. And always give the good traits to yourself. Because that's how the world works. The world works where I'm always right and they're always wrong. How would I read this to where I'm the King of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse and the Emperor? How would I read it to where I... to where I'm the bad guy? How could I see it that way? Why would it seem manipulative? Okay, what was the Knight of Pentacles in reverse again? Workaholic tendencies, being selfish or cold. Taking harmful shortcuts. Being overly conventional. Like, I don't really relate to that. I'm not really overly conventional. Like, it's just not me. Like, I know it's not me. When something's bad about me, like, you know, all this, like, depressing ass shit in the center with the Nine of Swords and with this Two of Pentacles in reverse, like, I know I'm imbalanced somehow. And I know I need to balance myself out. I know that I stress out too much and I think too much, which is nice that I'm getting out of that with this Eight of Swords. Good thing for setting up boundaries. I just hope this is past energy that I've already gotten through and it's not the future energy or the present energy. All right. I got 2 sigil magic cards. These are going to be general advice. One is waiting and one is Archangel Gabriel, the Archangel of Water. Expectation and hope, delayed by time. Emotional strength, stability, and happiness. Let me read more on this Eight of Swords in reverse. Moving toward freedom, free thought, release. Is that just me? Am I the only one? Because this is shared energy. You know, if we're taking this as a love reading, which we are, I guess. The center is shared energy. Ooh, boundaries. Oh. What was the Hangman in reverse again? Stagnation, self-sabotage, holding on to something that isn't meant for you. Stubbornness, a tendency to be a martyr. Very much the King of Swords, Emperor, and Knight of Pentacles in reverse that I'm thinking of. They're one person. Okay, so we're both in the Emperor in reverse, if we're taking this as shared energy. And the Queen of Swords is discerning, and then we're both having our boundaries up with the Seven of Wands and being in anxiety and worry with the Nine of Swords. If this is shared energy. So we're both Queen of Swords and we're both the Emperor in reverse. And hey, lack of discipline. Stop talking shit on me. Sometimes tarot, man, like, you're so mean. You're so mean. Aries. I know this is Scorpio. This Emperor card is Aries. Organizational skills, reliability, and the ability to work hard. But this is in reverse, dude. Domineering, controlling, stubborn. Oh, stubborn for sure. Yeah, I could be stubborn. And this is over my one bad card. Everything else is good here except for the stubbornness. The funny thing about the Seven of Wands and the Magician is that my boundaries are indeed. Oh, and the Seven of Wands and the upright says maintaining control. And the Emperor in reverse says controlling. Oh, so you're ego clashing. Per usual, ego clashing. Especially this Queen of Swords. So you're on your money, you're on your shit, you're creating wealth with this Queen of Pentacles and this Knight of Pentacles right around the Magician. You're creating wealth for yourself. High boundaries. This dude's in grief. Extreme grief. Oh no. Oh no. Extreme grief. And you're in love. Two of Cups, a lot of love. Lots and lots and love. The Queen of Swords is right above the King of Swords in reverse. The reason he's in reverse is just because he's in some bullshit. That's what I was getting. He's in some bullshit. And, you know, if you're in bullshit, if you're just like suffering nonstop, which is that Five of Cups and that Nine of Swords, that's suffering in both the emotional and the mental. Suffering nonstop. Even your Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, focusing solely on wealth, workaholic tendencies, being selfish or cold, laziness. Being selfish or cold paired with the King of Swords in reverse is crazy. Similar. Taking harmful shortcuts, stagnation, or feeling stuck, being overly conventional. Stagnation or feeling stuck, so their pentacles are also suffering. Their money. Oh my god. Poor guy. What's the advice, man? Let's look at these sigil magic cards. Alright, so this is for waiting. Delay is rarely something we desire, but time is a universal force all living things must contend with each day. The process of waiting can artificially create negative outcomes because it gives our imagination time to kick into overdrive. The longer we have to wait for something, the more chances we have to consider potentially unrealistic outcomes in our mind. Waiting for anything is a challenge, but it is made more difficult when we do not have control with that Emperor in reverse, over the thing we are waiting for. Like hearing back from a potential employer after a job interview. No matter how confident we might be that things are going to turn out for the best, once a certain amount of time has passed, the nagging voice at the back of our mind starts whispering until the whispers become screams that threaten to overtake our rational thoughts. That's all these swords. Having patience while waiting for something is much easier said than done. Imagine Damien's struggle waiting all those years to be released from prison. He did not simply give up hope and resign himself to staying behind bars. While most of us will, thankfully, never have to suffer lengthy imprisonment for a crime we didn't commit, we all struggle with waiting for uncertain outcomes. We hope, but we do not know for certain that our desires will be fulfilled. So long as we maintain hope in our hearts, the waiting will not be in vain. When we watch the clock ticking down, we understand that time is passing, but in the real world, events are usually unfolding out of our view while we are left waiting to experience the outcome of their actions. Waiting for a romantic partner to return your text can be excruciating for anyone with an overactive imagination. In these circumstances, we have to be reminded that the universe, divine forces, and other people do not operate according to our demanding time frames. They operate on their own schedule, which we rarely are able to see for ourselves. Okay. And then Archangel Gabriel is closely connected with matters of the heart and may be called upon to provide emotional stability. That's that Two of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, stability and happiness. Gabriel is a comforting spirit, responsible for lifting souls out of melancholy. And that's that Five of Cups. All right. This person, this King of Swords in reverse, is making you a little bit unstable. So be discerning. Put up your boundaries. Put up your boundaries during instability. Have patience. Alright, that's your reading. Hope you enjoyed it. I love you, and goodbye.